A violent vegan trans cult is allegedly linked to 2 murders in the same week on opposite coasts. Teresa and Maximilian have been booked for the murders of a Border Patrol agent and a state's witness. Cops are investigating the 21 and 22-year-olds' links to the violent cult known as the Zizians. Members of the cult are reportedly highly educated trans vegan rationalists with radical ideological beliefs about transhumanism and animal rights.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy, You Just Got the Juice, and we're back at it again with another video. Someone sent me this video in my Discord about transgender cults that was deleting people throughout the United States. I guess they just got caught yesterday, maybe? I'm not sure. But we about to get into this video. If this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Just to give you a quick rundown, I just pretty much react to videos and give my opinion based upon my views and my surroundings in my life. So not saying that I'm right or wrong. I'm just giving my opinion for what I see based upon what I was raised around. So you know, everybody got different backgrounds and different environments, so everybody might see things a little bit different. So it's my job to give my opinion and let the discussion roll and see what other people got to think about it throughout the world. With that being said, let's get into this video and let's see what they're talking about.
Are learning new details in the bizarre story of a cult allegedly linked to the killing of a U.S. Border Patrol agent, David Maland. All
right, so you see the first thing they hit it off on Fox News was with they killed a Border Patrol. But was they killing all Border Patrol agents, or was just one of them got murdered? You gotta see how they try to spin these stories. So, you know.
Sunday, Maryland State Police arrested 3 alleged members of the group known as Zizians. Among them, the alleged leader, who was ordered held without bond by a Maryland court yesterday. They joined 2 already in custody. And the Zizians, just so you know, have been tied to 6 killings across 3 states. So one of those was the U.S. Border Patrol agent, Maland. He died on Inauguration Day, January 20th. Near the Canadian border in Vermont. And 2 others who were killed were alleged members of the cult. National correspondent Griff Jenkins has more. And so, Griff, this will be the first time many of us will hear.
So they killed two. They deleted 2 of their own members. Killed 1 Border Patrol. So they started, damn, 22? Oh. So it was spaced out.
Were alleged members of the cult. National correspondent Griff Jenkins has more. And so, Griff, this will be the first time many of us will hear of Zizians, but apparently the feds have been watching them for a while.
They have, and good morning, Harris. This has all the makings of a Netflix cult docudrama. These Zizians appear to be a group of mostly transgender computer scientists who met online, united
Transgender computer scientists.
In anarchist beliefs, including radical veganism, and turned violent. The 3 members of the cult you mentioned arrested on charges of trespassing and gun possession in a very remote area of Maryland. It included the alleged leader you see here, 34-year-old Jack.
So this was right in my backyard? Like, what the hell? Shell Daniel
Lesotho on the left side of your screen. He goes by the name Ziz. There are 2 other members as well. Allegheny County's sheriff says he has no idea why they were there.
They gave different names, which is a telltale sign they're trying to hide something. So that's why I believe the officers checked a little further started running some more checks. The only thing that I'm curious about is why they chose this particular area to try to camp out at. And we're still developing that.
The Zizians are tied, as you mentioned, to at least 6 murders spanning the.
So I'm confused. Like, why would you give a fake name? What? How did she get stopped for them to have to give you, your name anyway? Like, was it just a police pullover or something?
Country in 3 states, from California to Pennsylvania and Vermont, including the deaths of a landlord in California in 2022, an elderly couple in Pennsylvania, and of course, Border Patrol agent Mayland in Vermont last month. Just 20 miles he was killed from the Canadian border. But little is known about the group or its motives, Harris. Independent journalist Andy No has been tracking them for a while.
I would describe some of the crimes that they're accused of as being demonic. You could say an elderly couple that were killed in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, were shot execution style in their homes.
How's that demonic? Ain't that just a regular killing? I mean, ain't killing? I mean,
on New Year's Eve a couple of years ago, FBI dropped the ball on this because the killings go back to 2022.
But that last point.
how they dropped the ball if it was isolated? If there was, we got one killer and the next one was 3 years later. So I don't know. It's not like it's not like they were like a serial killers or nothing.
Point, Harris, these 3 in Maryland, including the leader that's being held, the FBI, according to Maryland officials, have gotten very involved in this case, trying to put the pieces together. Harris?
Yeah, I think it's so important what President Trump is doing now, because he is focusing on the southern border, but you often will hear him mention the northern border too. And we know that the numbers had started to tick up during the Biden's latter part of his administration. So there's work to do in the north, which is why the president's had all those conversations.
Like, why are they going to the border? Because they killed one border person? But ain't they Americans? So what is it?
With Canada. And even at one point, Griff said that, hey, your option is to become the 51st state of the United States. He was joking, but we'll see.
Bro, these people be... How do you tell them the story and act like they don't know the story?
On ABC 22 News.
In tonight's big story, the history of the group known as the Zizians that some have described as a possible cult, and just how Vermont becomes part of this intricate web. We told you last night 2 people involved in the shooting death of a Border Patrol agent, David Mayland, could have ties to the group. But the questions, how did the group start and how did they get here? ABC 22's Matt Holderman spoke with
What makes them a cult if it's only 3 or 4 people, bro? I'm confused, man.
investigative reporters around the country to try and answer some of those questions for us. He is now live in the newsroom.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, the full known history of the Zizians starts in 2019 in California with its alleged leader, Jack Ziz Lasota. Ziz and some of his alleged followers staged a protest standing up for their beliefs, and the story gets progressively more violent from there.
I just happened to be the reporter here at the Chronicle that covered this bizarre protest.
Matthias
So was that how they met, because of the protest?
Gaffney is an investigative reporter with the San Francisco Chronicle who unknowingly stumbled upon what would become one of the most bizarre investigations of his career back in 2019. Jack Ziz Lasota, a transgender tech whiz and devout vegan who had recently moved to the Bay Area, organized a group of people similar to him to protest a rationalist reunion.
And they showed
Okay, all right.
up there in all black robes, in Guy Fawkes masks, with a school bus and a flatbed truck. They blocked the entrance and exit to this place and started handing out flyers. Now we know, these years later, that that was really a launching point.
Fast forwarding to 2022, according to reports, Lasota and his associates bought a World War II tugboat in Alaska and sailed it down to San Francisco Bay with plans to live on it. But eventually, the boat sank and the group abandoned it.
His supporters and
What?
Friends and family in California in the Bay Area had alleged that he died in a boating accident, and even his counsel told the court that.
And the attorney told the judge that his client, Jack Lesotho, was dead.
The people who were on the boat with Lesotho then turned to a landlord they met in the marina, Curtis Lind. According to court documents, after renting from Lind in Vallejo for a while, the group attacked him with knives and a samurai sword in November, with Lind fighting back, shooting and killing one of them, Emma Borhanian. About a month and a half later, a set of murders happened in Pennsylvania that seem unconnected on the surface until police arrested someone on an obstruction charge, Jack Ziz Lesotho.
According to the police record, he acted very bizarre. He pretended to be dead. The staff had to hold him up for the photo.
Lesotho's bail was eventually lowered to $10,000 in 2023, which he paid and got out. Lesotho hasn't been seen since, but Zizian activity may still be ongoing. This year, Curtis Lind was set to testify as the lone witness in his own attempted murder case. And with a fading memory, his attorney filed
That's crazy. They took that man eye out, bro.
Paperwork to move his testimony up to happen as soon as possible. But on January 17th, Lind was found dead.
And literally the next day, prosecutors alleged that Maximilian Snyder walked up to him in a cul-de-sac just outside of his property in Vallejo and stabbed him to death.
He was the sole witness to one of their attacks, and that witness has now been murdered.
Then
Yo, what the So he survived the knife attack and still determined to do the right thing, only to be murdered by another one of these chosen people, bro.
Just 3 days later was the deadly shootout in Vermont between U.S. Border Patrol agents and the team.
And then they let him bond out after he posed as dead. Obviously, he was a flight risk like Frost the other dude.
Of Teresa Youngblood and Felix Bachholt, who allegedly preferred the names Milo and Ophelia. Youngblood had filed for a marriage license with Snyder, the man accused of killing Lind in Vallejo. It was at this point some of the possible connections became clear, especially with court documents suggesting Youngblood could be linked to other violent cases across the nation.
What's scary about it is that there are people who are at large. It almost sounds like it's been written by AI. It's so unbelievable that if the allegations are true, there was an extremist cult killing people for several
what's their reason for killing these people though, bro? There's more to the story that we don't know.
years, and federal authorities completely missed the seriousness of this.
Now, Maximilian Snyder and Teresa Youngblood both have more court dates coming up. Snyder will have his first hearing next week, and Youngblood will be back in federal court in May to answer to charges connected to her role in the shooting death of Agent Mayland. For now, live in the newsroom, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.
Damn, bro.
And Matt, the woman facing weapons charges tied to the shooting near the border is no longer in Vermont. Teresa Youngblood has been moved to a facility in New Hampshire. Merrimack County Corrections Superintendent Travis Cushman told...
Still don't know how the hell they ended up over here. Like, how the hell they end up on the Maryland side, and what was they doing over there?
3 people connected to a cult-like group called the Zizians ordered to be held without bond now. Maryland State Police arrested them on Sunday. And while they face trespassing and other charges here in Maryland, Caroline Forback tells us they are also allegedly linked to multiple murders now in several other states.
Okay, but you see how Fox News is the only one that tried to mission the Border Patrol, and everybody else just talking like it's a regular story and shit, bro.
Jack Lesotho, leader of a cult-like group known as the Zizians, is now behind bars in an Allegheny County detention center, along with 2 others tied to the group. The Zizians are tied to the killing of U.S. Border Patrol agent David Mayland in Vermont near the Canadian border.
Chris was a man of service. He spent his
Why they keep signing over the Border Patrol? Why not the other people that passed away?
entire life protecting our country.
Mayland was killed on January 20th when alleged Zizian Teresa Youngblood opened fire on Border Patrol agents during a traffic stop.
The FBI is leading this investigation. And the Vermont State Police will
See, let's learn something new. It was a shootout.
continue to assist in any way they can.
The name Zizians comes from a dark and sometimes violent blog Lesota allegedly wrote under the name Ziz, according to the AP. The group's online writings span topics from radical veganism and gender identity to artificial intelligence. They share anarchist beliefs and have become increasingly violent. Last month, another person with ties to the group was charged with the murder.
It's the fact that they are computer scientists or whatever the hell they said they were. That's the crazy part.
Of landlord Curtis Lind in California. Lind was set to testify against two other Zizians accused of attacking him when he tried to evict the group for not paying rent in 2022. Sunday, Maryland state troopers may have saved a Frostburg man from meeting a similar fate. According to charging documents, the man contacted state police to report 3 people in 2 box trucks trespassing on his property. They reportedly asked the man if they could camp there for a month, which he refused, according to state police. Lesota, Daniel Blank.
That's how they got caught, bro. See, I was trying to figure out. That's why you gotta listen to different news. Because people be leaving stuff out for no reason, bro.
And Michelle Zajko were arrested after they would not identify themselves. Troopers found a rifle in one of the trucks and a loaded handgun on Zajko. Blank is under investigation for a double homicide in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Zajko's parents were murdered in that county in 2022, and the Zizians are believed to be involved. On your corner in Baltimore, Caroline Forbach.
Oh, so the old people was this man, mother and father? See?
For W.
Why have news ain't mention that?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z? What Jay-Z got to do with this? This is crazy.
A man has been arrested in Maryland and is suspected of being one of the leaders of a cult-like group connected to crimes across the country. One of those was the shooting of a Border Patrol agent in Vermont.
As we previously reported,
and they keep leading with this Border Patrol agent, bro.
Seattle woman faces federal charges for that shooting. And now federal investigators are connecting the dots to several killings spanning at least 3 states that may be.
He wasn't even the first killing, so why not just say over multiple strands of killings, something like that.
Connected by one ideology. King 5 Sebastian Robertson has the latest in the complex case.
The leader of a cult-like group is behind bars in Maryland, and now authorities are connecting the dots between crimes, including murders, and
he don't even look trans. He's still like a dude.
3 states. Newly obtained documents by King 5 from the Maryland Judiciary reveal that a person named Jack Lesota and 2 other people were arrested for trespassing. All 3.
So here, bro. 91.
Trespassing. All 3 suspects were identified by the FBI, and all 3 were wanted for questioning regarding killings in other states. Lesota has been named in the investigations in Pennsylvania and California.
It's tragic and it shakes the foundation of the system.
Same crimes as Maximilian Snyder, a former student who attended a private lakeside school in North Seattle, where Youngblood also went to high school. Records show Snyder and Youngblood applied for marriage licenses in King County. According to NBC News, Lesota, the person arrested in Maryland, is said to be the leader of a cult-like group called the Zizians, a group that are...
Man, that sounds like something off Saturday Night Live, like the Californians.
According to online writings, are described as smart tech vegans, many of them transgender women.
Investigators believe people in this group are linked to the killings of an elderly landlord in California and a couple in Pennsylvania. More information is expected to be revealed as this case heads to trial in the coming months.
Yo, crazy story. I'd expect to wake up to hear nothing like this right in Maryland, bro. Just, jeez, and like, and people don't ever look at them because they always white. Like, let that would have been somebody black doing that shit, man. They would have been got their ass, bro. But again, black people don't really join cults, especially that demonic shit. So, I don't know. What do y'all think about this? Leave y'all comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget, you got the juice now, and we are out.